Hello and welcome to what is not only my first episode here on this world, but my first episode ever. Recording for the second time because audio issues. So I've already explored a little bit, done a few little bits and pieces, like that right there. It's been looted, and I know that there's a village over there that I've explored. So nothing is immediately going to be a surprise to me, but that's just the way it goes. Before we delve straight into the game, I'm going to give you just a brief overview of who I am and what's going on here. So, who am I? Simply put, I'm just a man that enjoys playing games. Although I play a wide variety of different games on different platforms, Java Minecraft has been my go-to for a number of years. That, coupled with a fascination I've had for content creation, we are now here combining the two, and we'll see what happens. It's a nice horse. So, although this is not modded Minecraft, it's not 100% vanilla either. I decided I would try something different, something I haven't seen around on YouTube Let's Plays, etc. And that is a single player Mcmmo experience. For those who are unfamiliar with Mcmmo, I will leave a link in the description that can explain it far better than I ever could. But basically, Mcmmo is a plugin that adds skills and abilities to use and level up. Every tool and action has its own skill tree with parent and child skills that certain ones combine together to unlock certain things. I've played a number of servers over the years. Whilst I'm talking, I'm just gonna find my bearings and wander over to the village that we found. Over the years, I've played a number of servers that have used Mcmmo. I always enjoyed the experience of it. It just adds to the village. Adds something to the game while still maintaining a more vanilla feel. So not to be modded as such. So I figured, why not give it a go for my first series here on YouTube. Like I said, it's just something a little bit different that you don't see, especially in a single player capacity. Try and go to the village and get to bed. There you can see acrobatics. That's one of the skills. You level that up by essentially taking full damage. You can farm XP from it quite easily, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to play the game organically and not grind for skill levels or anything like that. Just sleep and we'll have a look around the village in a moment. So for right now, the only plugin being used is the basic Mcmmo. It's as it is out the box. I haven't fiddled with it, nothing like that. Aside from that, we are totally vanilla. In the future, I may add things like more mob heads. They're fun to collect, and something like an extra advancements pack or something, just for different things to work towards. It might be a bit of fun, but for right now, we're just gonna get into the game, make our start in the world here, and see what happens. When I loaded the world up, it was a completely unknown seed. I still don't know what the seed is. I could look, but I'm not going to. So I came in totally blind, and this is what we've found. So we had a shipwreck, which we've looted. Found this village. Everything I collected on the previous recording attempt is here. We've got a buried treasure map to find. We've got a bit of iron, a bit of lapis, some boots, made some basic stone tools, and we've got a little bit of bread there. So first things first, let's get everything in order. First things first, we will try and collect up some food. They gave me one seed. Collect up some food, and we will begin. I've no clear plan of what I want to do or achieve in this playthrough. We're just gonna take it as it comes, what inspires us, etc. We do have a villager population, which is always nice. 3 farms, that's cool. Got a nitwit, only the finest around here. Probably use him in a breeder or a iron farm or something down the line. I'll just replant as I go, because why not? At some point soon I'll obviously set up a decent farm for food. There are quite a number of bales around, some here, some in the shed down, there's some up over the top there. Got a blast furnace, that's cool. Saves me making one. It's a bit janky down here. Nice to know that villagers still spawn bloody awkwardly, even with this new terrain generation. Let's see if we can find our way up. I'll put in a ladder or a pathway of some description at some point soon. Let's just get up the top here. See what we've got. A couple of horses up here. Always nice to have horses around. There's some more bales there. And that was the only house in the village that had a loot chest, which just had some bread and feathers in. Nothing amazingly exciting. So we've got quite a bit of water around. A couple of oceans. Forest. Ooh. Nice black horse over there. There's a couple of little cavey bits that I've not explored into. I did jump down here and mine out a bit of stone for the stone tools and exposed a bit of coal, which we will go and grab now, so we can at the very least get some torches on the go. So there's another skill there of Mcmmo, that's the mining skill. Every block that you mine with the pickaxe has its own skill XP level, and as you rank up or level up the skill, you can unlock different abilities, as well as making making the mining more efficient. So when you it's been a while since I've played Mcmmo, so I probably should have refreshed myself on it a little bit, but we'll learn again together. So there's a certain point with the mining skill where you can get a percentage chance of double drops from ores, with I think it's only with silk touch, so you can silk touch an ore and there's a small chance you'll get 2 ores instead of 1. So it may seem a bit overpowered, but by the time you get your skill to that point, you're going to be doing alright anyway, so it doesn't make that much of a difference, I guess. Let's see what we got. Can't see anything in the water. I'm using Optifine just to make everything run nicely. Got this cheaty zoom key. It's also useful for the dynamic lighting. So torches and things like that give off a client side. Oh, doggo. I wish I had some bones. A client side only light level when you're holding them, or if they're just floating on the ground, they'll give off a light level. So we've got some spruce over there. So when I'm caving or anything like that, I'll likely have torches in the offhand just to brighten it up a little bit so it's not so dark on the video. Oh, brown sheep, that reminds me, we actually found, let's see if we can find it again, a natural spawn pink sheep, which I have not seen for a very, very long time. I know it's a rare chance to find them. Some odd bits of coal and some copper around, that's nice. So it was, yeah, it was nice to come across wild pink sheep. Need to have a document with 1.18 ore generation because I just, oh there he is with a grey one, because I just can't remember off the top of my head where to find certain ores and things. I'm so used to just mining down to Y level 11 and finding everything you could ever need. So I'm gonna probably get that up on my second screen when we get to resource gathering, just so I know where I should be going. See what we've got around close by. Nothing overly exciting. Lots of horses around here, which is nice. I'll be getting myself a horse as soon as I am lucky enough to find a saddle. Ooh. Got some copper, a little bit of iron, creeper. Okay, I'm not gonna get down there yet until I craft myself up some torches. Nothing exciting in the water. Salmon. Okay. So I'm going to make use of the village as a starting point. I know that villagers and villages can be pretty overpowered for the start of a new world, because it's easy to make emeralds, and within a few hours you can have a full set of enchanted diamond armor, tools, weapons, which is great, but I'm probably not going to make use of that right away, because sometimes it's just nice to play the game and enjoy the early game. You know, part of the game is that little bit of grind, finding your first diamonds, and even all these years on, and most likely thousands of hours of playtime, it's still fun and exciting to find your first diamonds and craft your first pickaxe. It's just part of the fun of the game, isn't it? I guess. For me, at least. Obviously, opinions differ. But for me, there is a certain charm in the early game. Grinding your way for food to keep you alive. And actually working for your tools. So yeah, we'll do a bit of caving, a bit of mining, get some resources gathered up, and then at some point I will do something with the village, or the villagers at least. Him right there, bloody nitwit. He'll end up in a farm or a breeder. That was another thing. So, although I mentioned earlier about extra advancement packs or whatever, it seems there is one that came combined with the Mcmmo that I didn't know about. Chuck me pick. I didn't know about initially. Make some bread. That I didn't know about initially, and I was meant to find it and disable it. Because it gives you rewards with each advancement, and there was one that I got. I think it was to play for an hour, and it gave me a diamond. And there was another one, I can't remember what it was, but it gave me 10 dispensers and 5 levers, which is all well and good, but I don't want that. I don't want to be given stuff, especially early on in the game. So once I'm done recording here, I will delve into the files and get rid of that. Let's chuck that in there. Let's make some torches. Let's have a half stack, that will do. How much bread have we got? 2 bread. We'll probably move on to... I don't know whether I'll move on to potatoes or whether I'll keep on with wheat and bread. Not sure. We'll see. Just make another one. So there was a little cave here. What have we got? If I switch that off, I see how it lights up. It's only client side, so it won't stop mob spawns or anything like that if you just leave them floating on the ground. But it should just brighten the video up to make it a little bit more watchable when we're in dark spaces. So we'll just gather up all the coal here. It's obviously super useful when we get smelting, and for lots of torches, because I want to do quite a bit of caving if I can. I won't bore you with doing all of that on screen, just resource gathering. I'll do that between recordings. I need to figure out the, I guess, dynamic of the videos, and I will probably figure that out as I go. So this first one is just us, or me, running around, seeing what's around, gathering up a few little bits and pieces. But videos to come will likely be more progression based, so you'll see bits of progression, see what we've been up to, and I don't know, we'll just see how it goes, how it flows. And one key point is to use less of the word We'll see how that goes too. So might take these bales, there's a lot of them around, and I was going to leave the ones over there be for now. These ones I will take. That's another skill there, the herbalism. So that is increased with interaction with plants, even breaking grass, sugarcane, harvesting crops. eventually, when you level it up enough, it gives you a small percentage chance that when you harvest a crop, it will replant automatically, which is quite nice. So yeah, so this is where we're gonna start out. I'm not massively keen on the terrain around here. It's a bit boring. So we will get some food production on the go. I'll do a bit of mining or caving, get a full set of iron armor and a full set of tools at the least, and then we'll do some exploring. I'm going to gather up as much of the wild sugarcane as rune portal, wild sugarcane as I can, because in the early game it's nice to have. It's nice to stock up on. Lots of sheep around. Lots of sheep. Let's go and check out that ruined portal. Where was it? Oh, there it is. So we'll check that out, and then I'll probably leave it there for the first one. And I will do a little bit of work off camera just to gather up a few resources to get us ready. See what we've got in here. Inspiration, I'll take that. Curse of Vanishing, wonderful. Well, that was completely worth it. Gold block, I'll leave that there for now. Gold blocks are useful in Mcmmo for salvaging. So you can say, take this gold shovel, right click it a couple of times on the gold block, and it will trade you the item for the resource. So give you some gold back. You can couple that with the repair, which is use an iron block. So say I wanted to repair my pickaxe, all I need is some cobblestone, right click on the iron block and it will repair. So it uses a resource to repair, but it doesn't use any XP or anything like that, which is handy. You can use that in conjunction with the fishing skill, level them up together, and you can eventually basically disenchant items. So you can, for example, with those ruined portals, quite often you'll find gold gear, mending hose and stuff like that you're never going to use really, unless you're really early game and it's a useful tool. Eventually you can disenchant, so you'll lose the item but you'll gain back the enchantment, or have a chance to gain back the enchantment that's on the tool. Sounds a bit overpowered on the surface, but by the time, unless you're grinding the levels to level up the skills, unless you're grinding for it, it's a long process to get there. So by the time you're at that kind of level where you can achieve that, you're going to be pretty set up with villagers, and you'll have access to all the enchantments and books and stuff you're going to want or need. So it's a good feature. Is it the most useful feature? No, probably not, unless, like I said, you're grinding the levels to get it, which we're not going to. We're just going to play organically as you would any other Minecraft game. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here. This will be my first episode done and dusted, hopefully, as long as everything went smoothly. I'll do a bit of work off camera, like I said. And yeah, so if you've watched, and especially if you watched it to this point, thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you have any comments, suggestions, then please do say so. Drop it down in the comments, and it will give me some idea of where I can or where I need to improve what I'm doing, what people enjoy. So we'll see what happens. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you later. Take care.